4 to 7 north.
Now from the Wetlands Golf and Country Club in the Sunshine State of Florida, this is EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour Golf. Rich Lerner joined up in the booth by Frank Navalo. Frank, there's nothing like it early tee time to get the adrenaline flowing.
And also, too, the golf course is perfect. Less divots. You don't see any sort of marks on the green. Greens are going to putt beautifully. There's also, the course is a little bit softer. It's got the moisture from overnight. And also, when they've cut the golf course, there's that really green, fresh smell, like it's brand new.
Boy, he got that right on the center of the club face. A big drive there to get the round started. I'm not sure he got every bit of that three-wood trying to get home to this par 5 and 2, but still in the ball game for a birdie. Okay, it's not stone dead, but that's not too bad. 8 feet now for birdie. Ah, yes, very well read. To 1 under now for the day. Here now at the first par 3 of the day.
That was a wild putt line by
yard
me.
second. Bunkers front left and back. The only real trouble here. Okay, a little local knowledge there. He gets that ball to work back onto the green. And now a birdie putt coming up. Okay, that's an ideal start right there. Back-to-back birdies getting him to 2 under at the start of his round. Fairly straightforward par 4 now. The third at the Wetlands is 460 yards straight away.
It is 460 yards. It can be chopped down a lot of different ways. 300-yard tee shot, and it's only 160. But if you're a mere mortal, 280, 180, the hole becomes that much longer, that much harder.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Gotta think this an extra half club or more as he sets for his second into the wind. Well, not as close to the pin as you'd like, but when you find greens in regulation on a regular basis, you're going to have a chance. Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort.
That's a tough miss on a lucky putt.
3 straight birdies. It might be a little too much to ask for to start the round. It's a par at the third to remain 2 under. What a hole this is. From par 3 fourth, 250 yards. We're teeing off right in front of the swamp there.
You might see the odd alligator pop its head up. When you look at this, if you want to be clever, you can sort of hit a little cut in here, Rich, and then it'll work with that C-shaped green. That'll keep the tee shot away from the bunker that protects the middle. And you never know, it might just sneak in a birdie.
Boy, that wind really knocked that one down. Not even going to reach the green. Okay, can't take putts that length for granted, but that's in for a par. Coming now to another long par 5, the 635-yard fifth. Short hitters do not have to worry about the swamp on the left, but it may come into play for long hitters trying to get home in too.
Right where you want to be.
Now a second from well over 300 yards. This will be about positioning. I guess you could say slow and steady is going to win this race, or so he hopes. Long ways to go.
I'd also add the word short, Rich. Slow, steady, and short. This is a long par 5 now.
That one was running so hot. This from about 10 feet. Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. So he's unable to tame the par 5 fifth as he finishes off there with a bogey. On to the par 4 sixth here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway. And that might be worth considering for the short hitters. To try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands, 276 yards. And of course, the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes.
Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
He's got 135 yards to the front, 155 to the hole. Wind definitely hurting in his face.
And that one barely makes the front of the green. Do you realize if you just miss hit the middle of the club by a quarter of an inch, you lose 10%? That's right, 10%.
Be very happy with that one.
Yeah, lag part, I mean, really, it's unrealistic to try and make those. So anytime you can two-putt from there is a good result.
Here at the par 5 7th at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club, 592 yards. No issues here. That is into the fairway. Going to take a big poke to get there, but a chance with his second to the par 5. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in a really good position here on the par 5. Look here at birdie.
Tough to see any break in this, maybe slightly to the right, putting back up the hill, so got to keep up the speed.
Ooh, good speed there. That'll lead just a couple of feet. So we'll tidy that up for his par, and he'll remain in red figures at 1 under. We arrive now at the 203-yard par 3/8. Tricky little hole. The bunker short of the green looks like it borders the putting surface, but it's actually a few yards short of it, and the green narrows toward the back. Okay, that's going to end up right in the middle of the green. Iona's down there. She's had a good look. This for birdie.
Well, for a long putt like this, there's really not a whole lot to it. I think you'll fancy his chances at this one.
What a stroke there, and a most unexpected birdie. Frank, looking at this par 5 9th hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this par 5 and 2, Rich. But really the best way to make birdie here, good tee shot, and then contemplate the layup. In between the first 2 bunkers, there's a nice section of fairway, and it's not going to leave you much in for that third shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way, wedge and a putt.
Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
That's an aggressive layup, really trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5.
Yep, played that nicely. That'll work out just fine. Yes, a good look at that one all the way in. It's a birdie to push that score to 3 under for the round. We begin the inward 9 at the wetlands with the lengthy par 3 10th, 246 yards, 3 bunkers protecting the front of the green, and anything long or left has a chance to be wet. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Yep, good work not to let that get away, and that's in for a par. Arriving here at the 443-yard par 4 11. Best to play it left center off the tee to give you a good look on the approach and take a bit of length off the hole. Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
125 is the number. Just a flick, pin, front left, so he can take dead aim.
What a nice shot. Right on the green, and a pretty easy putt on the way. No, that's going to miss right, and a good opportunity goes by the wayside. So he'll finish that off for his par, and he'll remain at 3 under. Par 5 12th here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside. Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. Good soft hands. That is nicely done. Ah, yes, well done. It's birdie to move to 4 under now on the day.
Here we go at the par 4 13th, 452 yards. What's the best angle of attack?
The straight line really is the best way here, like a lot of holes on the golf course. But straight, as we know, is not often easy. Fairway does start to widen up the further out when you get it. So for the longer hitters, this hole actually plays relatively easy. For the shorter hitters in that narrow area, that'll leave you a lengthy second shot where you just might have to bisect the 2 front greenside bunkers. It's been a beautiful round of golf today. It's been a clinic with the irons, and more evidence there. The swing, the strike. Look how close that is.
You bet. Easy as can be. That's in for birdie.
Moving on to the tricky 14th here at the Wetlands. It's 204 yards, but there is plenty of trouble out there.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass.
Well, obviously that's not his best, but it'll be quickly forgotten, Frank, if he's able to get out of here with his par.
Well, you might forget it. I won't. Far from his best.
Boy, nothing seems to faze this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par.
Stepping up here on the 15th tee at the Wetlands, this is a 590-yard par 5.
You can't drive it much better than that. That's the quick pickup of the tee right down the middle. Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
And that'll do just fine. Now this for another birdie. Yeah, walked that one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie. We begin the finishing stretch here at the Wetlands with a 455-yard par 4 16. Looking for another straight tee shot here. The approach leads to a green well protected by 4 bunkers. This one starting a little left off the tee. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there.
Just a beautiful performance, and this round looks like it's going to get even better. Just a beautiful iron shot. The sound off that club face.
If only they could all be that short. Very well played there, and it results in an easy birdie.
17th at the Wetlands, par 3, 238 yards. Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's a hole really that shapes up well for a nice little high draw. See the angle of the green pointing slightly to the right. A nice little draw into this par 3, and that'll find the nice avenue. Maybe a kick forward, 15, 20 feet left for birdie. And if you birdied 16, Chance to birdie 17 as well.
Yeah, that one came in a little hot. It's safely on, but it'll be a long look coming up. Oh, settle. Nope. That's a shocker there. That may go all the way off the green. Boy, that is a par the hard way. Putt off the green of the previous shot. How do you make up for that? How about put it in the hole? Finishing our day at the Wetlands in Florida with the shortest par 4 in the course, the 377-yard 18. Water down the left shouldn't be a factor. Driver and a short iron, and a birdie is very much in the cards. He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. A little over 80 yards here as he gets set for his second.
In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that to do over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Oh, that is a beauty in for birdie here at the last. And that will mean it is a round of 64, 8 under par. Absolutely scintillating. Frank, that was a great day of golf. My only question now is, how are we getting back? How are we getting home from here?
Oh, Rich, there's only one way. That's the airboat. We're in Florida.
Rev it up. What a super day of golf we saw here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club along the St. Now, from the host of the 2022 United States Open Championship, the Country Club at Brookline, just outside of Boston, Massachusetts, this is EA Sports coverage of the world of golf. With Frank Novelo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green. Rich, I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
So we're just going to get in a quick 9 here. Let's start on the back at the par 4 10th hole. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine.
Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. And we'll have this for birdie. Start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
Okay, that's finished off for a par. Well, you love a short par 3, don't you? This is only 131 yards, the 11th, and it's just a wedge. You're licking your chops, but be careful. There's some trouble here. That one safely on the putting surface. Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And a very manageable look here. Just the slightest of movements to the left, but mostly level.
And he gets that to drop. Back-to-back pars here on 10 and 11 to begin his backside. Well, you've heard me say this before. You need to hit it straight. Here at the 478-yard par 4 12 is another good par 4 here at the Country Club. Second shot. Good look at the green.
It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
Come on, you can't leave it that short, can you? Yeah, good concentration there. That's a distance where a putt could get away, but that in for a par. Onward now to the 490-yard par 4 13. A dogleg left with a green protected by water in the front and flanked by 2 bunkers.
Now, it's in the first cut. There's always a little bit more grass around the ball that has to be factored in.
So no real problems here with the lie. It's his second from that first cut.
That's a good shot. And more importantly, too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
Okay, no problem with that. This is all you want. 625 yards. Par 5, 14th hole. It was sort of born out of the old 12th hole. I mean, this one uphill, you need to get after it. And that will do just fine. Still well over 300 yards to the flag, so getting this to a good number, the key here for his second.
Par fives too. They're the ones you really want to make birdie on, but the second shot, that's gone into that bunker. It's an awkward third. I'd give that an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Being in a fairway bunker and safely on the green, you never know. Might even sneak a birdie.
We come now to yet another wonderful par 4 here at Brookline. 515 yard, par 4 15.
So where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards from it.
That's well played. Now, good look at birdie. This one measures out to 15 feet. Yes, nicely done. It's in for birdie, and it's into red figures now at 1 under par. Now to the last par 3 of the day. It is the 16th, 211 yards, 4 greenside bunkers, and you can see those mature trees. Just a good old-fashioned par 3. A very sensible play there, right in the middle of the green. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
We're looking at a right to left break here, but it demands Spanish hands. It's all about feel, not much break, but it will have speed.
Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. So that in for his par, and it'll keep him at 1 under. On now to the 17th. It is a hole that can tempt you. A par 4 at just 370 yards. A big drive could potentially get you up close, but beware the 5 bunkers around the green. The safer players can dial it down a bit and set themselves up with a scoring club in hand. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. So the great tee shot left him here. Now his second from relatively close range. Okay, not too bad there. No gimme here. Tricky one for birdie. Not a problem. That's in for birdie. And that score moves to 2 under par. We finish our day at the Country Club, host of many historic tournaments, including 4 U.S. Opens, with the 455-yard par 4 18. Bunkers protecting the elbow on the dogleg left. Keep it in the fairway and finish with a birdie if you can. This started toward the left side.
That had to be in the rough the whole way. One more bounce back on the fairway.
A good break got him here. Now his second to the par 4. This one's looking good.
No, I don't have my tape measure out, but it looks like, 6-7 feet in there, but that is an excellent approach shot.
Yeah, can't take those for granted. Good concentration there, and it's in for a birdie. Frank, they gave us a great show today.
You know, they certainly did. Course played well. You got what you deserved out there.
Some outstanding performances, and for our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. Now from Southern California and scenic Torrey Pines Golf Course, this is EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour Golf. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, this is such a beautiful golf course, but it's reachable, isn't it? It's open to the public.
Yeah, we just don't have enough great public venues, but this certainly is one, not just the prize to go out and play, but you know, the fact that everybody's able to play. I learnt golf on a public golf course. I think just about every player that, you know, sort of got to be a professional learnt golf on a public golf course. And that's why these courses have to be looked after.
So no fairway to start, but no reason to panic either, Frank.
Oh, no pitches on the scorecard, Rich. Just see what he can do on the hole.
That's going to be into one of the two bunkers that guard the sides of this first green.
Looking to splash this softly onto the green.
Okay, that should be inside of 10 feet. Not too bad.
10-foot putt left.
Oh, you're kidding. This game's unfair sometimes. That looked in the whole way. So a less than ideal start. The missed putt for par going to yield an opening bogey. Well, the second hole here at Torrey Pines South is by no means long, but by the same token, it's not easy. This is a strategic play, certainly off the tee. Put yourself in position, get a good angle at that whole location. Yeah, that's in the fairway, so maybe a chance for a bounce back after that opening bogey. 93 yards is the number as he sets for his second.
Well, at least he can draw on the experience from the previous hole. Again, in the bunker.
Kind of chunked that one, took way too much sand, and that's out of the bunker, but right into the rough.
And that is not the worst shot in the world, but obviously could have been better.
Certainly. Definitely hoping to try and get inside 3 feet, but it's a little outside that.
With La Jolla and the Blue Pacific in the distance, we move ahead to the picturesque 201-yard par 3 third. Club selection can range from a 9-iron to a hybrid, depending on conditions, and you definitely don't want to be long here. Boy, that one flew the back of the green, but it appeared to get held up by the rough and not continue on down the canyon slope.
Short game early in the round has definitely been an issue.
That's how you salvage a hole. Things were going a little sideways, right? But boom, in the hole from off the green. And that is a welcome par. Here's one of the really good par 4s at Torrey Pines South. Not only is it scenic, but it's challenging, and it requires a good tee shot, well struck in play, and you're happy to walk away with a par here. Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there.
I always knew that was going to be a good shot when it left the club face. What's that, 8 or 9 feet? Excellent shot.
Okay, some early troubles on the card, but no problem there. A birdie at number 4, going to get him back to +1. This par 4 fifth here at Torrey Pines South measures 454 yards. That's not overly long by today's standards. The key here is to keep your tee shot out of those fairway bunkers. If you do and you're in the fairway, you have a reasonable chance to get out of here with a birdie.
Well, it's in the first cut. We know you can't spin the ball as much from the first cut. Still lying okay. And that one barely makes the front of the green. Do you realize if you just miss hit the middle of the club by 1/4 of an inch, you lose 10%. That's right, 10%.
Nope, that's going to come to rest way short of the hole. That was wrong from the start. Pretty good effort right there.
Just a tap in.
Slipping just a bit, another bogey, and now 2 over par. Well, after 3 lengthy par 4s in the first 5 holes, this 564-yard par 5/6 is a welcome sight. Frequently downwind, dogleg right. Eagle is a possibility, but birdie far more likely.
What a great tee shot. Bisected the fairway beautifully.
Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly. Bladed that one.
Gonna have to take pretty much a full swing at this one with the putter because this one is into the hill and the hole is cut back. This would be a bonus from 25 feet away. That one just going to sneak on by. Three over for the day. On to the 7th now, a tough hole here, a winding par 4 at 462 yards. It is the #1 handicap hole on the south course, and for good reason. An approach shot from anything other than the fairway is fraught with peril, with a canyon beyond and a deep right front bunker guarding an angled and difficult to hit green. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. So that's in for par. He will remain at 3 over for his round. Some tough par 3s on this south course. Here's another one, 177-yard 8th. This hole deceptively uphill. Might be worth grabbing an extra club, maybe even 2, to cut through this ocean air and cover that deep front bunker. And that one not going to wind up on the green, but still in a halfway decent spot. I think I'd be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
Okay, that one cleaned up without any issue, and that is a par. We finished the front side here at Torrey Pines at the 615-yard par 5 ninth, reachable into by only the longest hitters, but with a good drive and that aggressive layup, birdie is definitely a possibility. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway.
Good second shot. That last bounce, a little unlucky, but still that third shot sits up rather nicely into this par 5.
Okay, on the green, but it's going to leave a putt that will get your attention. Oh, that one led perfectly. It is a birdie here at the 9th. We start the backside at Torrey Pines with the 454-yard par 4 9th. This one not as daunting as some others here with a good tee shot. Birdie definitely a possibility. This is left all the way.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up.
So a poor tee shot at 10. Now his second.
And that one barely makes the front of the green. Do you realize if you just miss hit the middle of the club by 1/4 of an inch, you lose 10%? That's right, 10%.
Well, if that ball never really got rolling, that's going to come up a good 10 feet short. Okay, Birdie Street comes to an end, but it's a good putt there to save par. Always like to see a par 3 where you have to hit maybe a long iron, even a hybrid or a fairway wood, and that's the case here at the 11th. If the wind is blowing, already on the card it's 225 yards, but it can play upwards of 240, 250 yards. Need to be at your best on this shot. Boy, this is just way too much club for a front hole location. That was completely overcooked.
Frank, it's obvious he caught a flyer right there. Explain what that means.
Well, you have loft, right? The ball's going to take off on the loft. They put grooves on the golf club so you can have nice contact. If those grooves fill up with a little bit of grass, then you have no grooves, and you have nothing really to put the extra spin on the golf ball. So that is a fly.
Well, heading back toward the ocean, this hole, the 12th at better than 500 yards in a par 4, is typically among the hardest at Torrey Pines. It is a real beast. No issues here. That is into the fairway. Now back toward the ocean. This is second at 12.
And that ball looked very good in the air. Just doesn't quite finish up that near to the flag, but still on the green.
Yeah, that's good pace. Just a little offline, but not too bad from that far away. And a good putt there. He gets that to fall, and it's a third consecutive par here to begin his back nine. This is a good hole right here. Giant 621-yard par 5, the 13th. You have to hit a massive tee shot, and if you want to get home into, I mean, you need to really bust that second one. It has to be 260 yards of carry. Good luck and get after it. So in the fairway, but a pretty good number to carry here for a second to the par 5.
This par 5 green is well protected. That's two good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
Not an ideal result. They're hoping to maybe get this close. It is on the green, but not where you want to be.
Boy, that's going to come up short. Never quite had enough to get there.
8-foot putt here. Okay, can't take putts that length for granted, but that's in for a par. We now arrive at the 437-yard par 4 14th at Torrey Pines. The canyon running along the left side of the fairway is the danger here. They call that position A. That's going to be right down the middle. 93 yards is the number as he sets for his second.
Rich, there's one thing about good iron play. When you hit it and it comes off the club face, you know it's going to be close. More evidence there.
Okay, he's able to get the shot back here. It is a good birdie, moving him to +1 for his round. The 15th hole is up next, a par 4 at 480 yards. Not a whole lot to it. A tee shot of the fairway should leave you with a reasonable approach into a green with bunkers left and right. Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
We turn to Nota Begay III for this look at birdie.
And these are the putts he hasn't been able to do much with all day. This doesn't have a whole lot of movement to it, and he could surely use it. Oh, that never had a chance.
One over for the day. Coming down the home stretch here at Torrey Pines, 227-yard par 3 16th. 3 bunkers protecting the green, but there is an opening in the front. Yeah, even with the uphill slope, it's just hard to get a ball to stop on this green from that far back, and that'll run off long and into the rough.
Well, Rich, it looked like he just took the normal club that he would have out of the fairway, but you've always got to take at least one less when it looks like a fly alive.
A little conversation, and you've had these before, Frank, between the player and the caddy right there. Maybe they should have gone down a club. From about 8 feet. All right, just the one drop shot there. It's a bogey, +2 now for the round. Crucial 17th hole here at Torrey Pines, 443-yard par 4. Louis Oosthuizen hit it left here at the 2021 U.S. Open in the final round, and he paid the price. He did not win that major.
That was awesome.
From an ideal location, middle of the fairway, this his second.
Well, I don't have my tape measure out, but that looks like, what, 6-7 feet in there, but that is an excellent approach shot.
That's a good putt right there. That's birdie, and it is back to 1 over now for the round. Here we are at the finishing hole at Torrey Pines, 570-yard 18. Idyllic par 5, fairly straight the whole way, but that pond they call Devlin's Billabong always makes going for the green into a risky proposition. And that was flirting with disaster the whole way, and it's going to wind up popping into the bunker. Uh-oh, that's trouble over there.
Well, he obviously had enough to get it to the green with just a little bit left to target, though.
Yeah, lie's not too bad, so if he can show a little bit of maestro work around the green, never know, something special. Way too good, I must say. That was just smashed. Yeah, sizable putt left.
Nope. Okay, it's a 6 here at the last, and that will finish off a 2-over round of 74.
Well, that about wraps things up for us here today. I'd like to thank my partner, Frank Nobilo. Enjoyed it, Frank.
Certainly did, Rich. Once again, the golf course provided more than a stern test.
And for the entire team, I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time. Set upon the cliffs, high above the Pacific Ocean below, there's a look at the majestic South Course at Torrey Pines, site of this edition of EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner. And Frank, there are so many eye-catching courses here in Southern California, but many would say that this one right here, Torrey Pines, is the jewel of them all.
Yeah, it's tough too. You know, the South Course here at Torrey, you know, it's a long golf course, so there's a lot of sort of strenuous iron shots. They're not just sort of drive and wedge holes, so you've got a lot of mid-irons. So just be prepared for that. But I think it's always fun when you get to play a golf course on a recreational day. And you know that they've hosted US Opens or PGA Tour events.
Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. That's got to be disappointing. Good lie in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Okay, not bad out of the sand, and that's what will remain, trying to grind out a par. Yep, good work not to let that get away, and that's in for a par. Moving now to the tough 11th hole here at Torrey Pines. Long downhill par 3 measuring 225 yards. But don't be fooled by that number. This hole often plays longer because of the wind. And that one needed to put on the brakes, but could not. And this will wind up over the green. That's just okay, I'd say, but he's left himself at least a chance at a par, Frank.
Come on, Rich. I mean, you're being too kind there. That's not ideal.
Nah, that's going to wander off to the right and leave maybe 2-3 feet coming back. Cleans that up in the hole. Up next, the 505-yard par 4 12th at Torrey Pines. You can be aggressive off the tee here, and you should be, because if you do not hit a good drive, you're not going to get it home in 2. This one moving just a little bit to the right with that wind.
That's certainly a good break. If that ball had stayed in the thick rough, might have had to chip out. Instead, that first cut, so many more options available now.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Precipice of going down, but I do believe it's going to stay out. 2 over for the day. Moving now to the massive 621-yard par 5 13. You'll need a drive of 240 yards plus to carry that canyon, and if you go for the green in 2, the second shot has to carry 260 yards or so. And that will end all thoughts of going for this par 5 and 2. That's into the fairway bunker. Okay, that's back into the fairway. Certainly didn't get all of that one, but the end result is a positive.
Awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
Maybe a little frustration there. Got a little too much sand and not enough golf ball, and that will come up quite a bit short. Oh, you're kidding? This game's unfair sometimes. That luck didn't the whole way. So here at the 437-yard par 4 14th, that canyon that you can see running along the left side is pretty to look at, but obviously you want to stay away from there because you can make a big number if you hit your tee shot down there.
Smoked that drive. A little unlucky actually to get into the first cut.
Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
109 yards left to the hole, coming off a bogey on the previous hole. Got to get it back here. Right at it with the sand wedge, coming in just over the pin.
That would be a great look at birdie. Yeah, that's a bit more like it. It's a birdie, and back to +2 now for the round. On to the 15th now. Relatively straightforward par 4 measuring out at 480 yards. Hit the ball straight, you'll be just fine. The problems come with a miss off the tee left or right into the rough near those eucalyptus trees. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine.
And the ball looked good in the air. You'd like it to be a little closer, but still inside 40 feet. Just going to have to be careful with the lag putting.
Well, that's a little suspect. It never really went as fast as I thought it would.
This from about 10 feet. Got it there, but not quite on target. So now to the final par 3 here at Torrey Pines South. It is the 16th, 227 yards, good hole with those 3 bunkers protecting the green. There is that slight opening in the front. It would take an outstanding shot to give yourself a chance to make a birdie. Okay, that one's dancing. Nearly had it. Just going to wander a foot or so by. So he'll finish off the par, and he'll stay at +3. Next up, the penultimate hole at Torrey Pines, 443-yard par 4. Have to avoid the fairway bunker, 275 yards down that right side. Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
Just a flick left. 123 is the number. And the pin on the left portion of the green.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. And that's not exactly ideal. Far from a tap-in for his par.
You're being too kind. That's not at all ideal.
Rough day so far. 3 over par on the round. This 18th hole is not overly long. 570 yards, a par 5, and it's straight. Should be able to get home in 2, but the key is you have to keep it in the fairway. If you hit in that rough, you're more than likely going to lay up short of that pond and try to make birdie the conventional way. But if you hit it in the fairway, good opportunity to go for it in 2 and finish your round with an eagle. Almost a great shot, just missed it a fraction to the right of this green here at the par 5.
Yeah, a bit of chip and a putt, still make 4.
That ball just had a mind of its own there. No way to get it to stop, and it winds up in the water. So that not his best, and this part of his game has been disappointing to say the least today.
It certainly has, and sometimes you just get too much going on upstairs. You know what I'm talking about. So you don't focus on what you need to do.
Okay, he was just sort of flirting at 4 over par. Now he's headed the wrong way. Double bogey and all the way to 6 over for the round. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner for EA Sports. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye for now.